Hey y'all, it's Kelly at Crochet Mom for Life. How are y'all today? Well, it's Friday and I thought I'd get on here and make a little video. I come out here Monday, I think it was, and I just wasn't with it. To tell you the truth, I'm not really with it today, I don't think. But anyway, I'm here. My lighting wasn't that good. It kept wanting to go in and out on me, so I hope this works out here. But I wanted to do it again on the porch. It seemed like it's a nice little area. I got these little tables to sit my stuff on, and so while it's hot out here, I got me a fan going on me, and I thought I would just keep making my videos out here. I hope that's all right with y'all. But I have finished a few things this week, and I wanted to show you. Now, before anybody starts looking at my stuff and think, oh, she's been busy. Well, some of this stuff has been some of them whips that I've been ignoring. And some of it is stuff that I've made, but there are several things that have been stuck in a bag, especially one thing for a few months. And so I wanted to bite the bullet and finish it, because I really, what was keeping me from it was all the sewing. And so I give it up this week, and I got it finished. So, but I want to just show you a couple of other little things, you know, that I found. I found a tutorial the other day on YouTube. Winding Road Crochet put out a tutorial, and I made that, and I wanted to show you what that is. Before I get involved in all that, I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back every time, just about. You know, I've got my little tribe going, and I appreciate every one of you. I've picked up some more subscribers, so hey y'all, if you're new and you don't know anything about me, I just say I'm a Georgia girl. I was transplanted here about 22 years ago from Alabama, but I'm still Roll Tide girl. And I live in South Georgia. I have a husband and a son and a stepdaughter and a stepson and 4 grandkids. So, and I got 2 fur babies. But I've been crocheting since I was about 18 or 19, and the last few years I've started making amigurumi. Now, I'm not the best amigurumi maker out there, but I keep trying. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it don't. I do like to make blankets, and I like to make everything, except I have never made a cardigan. You know, a bona fide cardigan. I've made a hexy cardigan. I guess I don't want to offend nobody, but I've never made one of them that you got to make the sleeves, you know, and you got to make sure it's all fitted and all that stuff. I've tried. I've got one in a bag back there that I'm just going to frog. I like to make dishcloth. I like to make really anything. The sewing of the squares, I'm not too thrilled about, but I think if I ever found my groove in that, I might like it better. But yeah, I like to make really anything. But for the most part, the last few years, I've been doing a lot of amigurumi. So let me just get started then. I'm just a little bit discombobulated, so forgive me. Back to that tutorial that I found on YouTube by Winding Road Crochet. She had a tutorial about a hook, not a hook case, but a needle and a stitch marker case that you can make. And I was trying to procrastinate on my little whip again, and it was I was kind of working on it, but then I'd get tired of the sewing part, so I'd have to put it down. So I said, well, this would be a good little in-between thing to do. So I'll link that in my description box, because it's very easy to make, y'all, and it's very handy. It's very handy, because if you like me, you I don't even think I brought it out here, but you'll have a little pouch, and you'll throw a stitch marker in it. You'll throw a darning needle. Before long, you got 50,000 things in that bag, and every time you pull out what you want, a darning needle or a stitch marker, you're pulling out something else, one or the other. So I wanted to make something that would help me, and that was just like a sign. So, but I made her little stitch marker darning needle case. So this was made, looks like a little book, don't it, y'all? It was made by it was made with 100% cotton by Mainstay. This was that brown that you can't find in Walmart now, and I really need, but I can't find it online. I can't find it in my Walmart, but it's the I don't know, brownstone or whatever. But yeah, so, and I couldn't find my sewing needles the other day, so I just glued me a little button right there. But you make this part, it's like a little rectangle thing. You make that, and then you make the page, and you can make as many pages as you want, but I just wanted one little page because I don't need all that extra. I just need to be able to dig out what I need and go on with it. So but yeah, so I made a little page, and look, you make the little spaces when you're crocheting, and you put your little stitch markers in there, and put your little needle through there. So yeah, these are my favorite needles, y'all. It's got the curve on the end. I hope my lighting's good. Then you just slide it back in there. So I took me a little bit of hot glue. I'm the hot glue lady this week. I've used hot glue quite a bit. But I tacked down my little edges because I didn't want them flopping. And then you just seam your little seam right there, and it holds it in like a little book. So I really like this, and it's very easy to make. You know, you got some scraps, you can make you one, or make you two like I did. So yeah, I really like that, y'all. And I know my edges right here, it looks a little wonky, don't it? But I think it's because, you know how when I do a foundation, that first foundation, it always looks like that. I don't know. I know there's a trick out there to solve that, and I'll perfect it one day maybe. But this suits my needs, so it's all right. So I wanted to make me another one, and I made this in acrylic. Worsted weight. This is Red Heart. I think it's lavender, and then on the inside is slime green, big twist. And I took my glue and I did my 4 spots on the side, but I also went right in there and I did a little extra up underneath, so it ain't going nowhere. Just, you know, just the top. I didn't do the in-betweens. So, but yeah, so y'all make you one of these. It really has helped me out this week, because I'm bad about losing stuff in my chair. But I had these buttons. When I was going to church, a church friend gave me a whole little tub of buttons. So it was great that I could pull that out and use it. So yeah, and that's Winding Road Crochet. I'll link her YouTube tutorial, and I think she puts it across the screen so you could really just jot it down like I did some of it, you know. So I was real tickled over that. So yeah, I would suggest making you some of that. It don't take much yarn, and I enjoy doing it. And you know, last week I was talking about my remote caddy I was going to make. I had started on it. Well, I finished it, and I've been using the fire at it all week. In fact, I've been using it. I really been using it. But there's my remote caddy, y'all. And it's a Sarah Satch tutorial. And you just make like a big rectangle, and then you fold it and make your little seam for your pockets. I just made 2 pockets, but you can have one big pocket or divide it up and have 3 big pockets. It's what your needs are. I stick my cell phone in it sometimes, my glasses. I got little Roku remotes, not Roku remotes, Fire Stick remotes. So, you know, they don't take up much room. But I think when I make another one, she goes to 46 rows. I went to like 50-ish. I didn't keep up with it, but it was about around 50-ish. I think I'm gonna make it longer, because my recliner is like it's not real leather, but it's leathery feel, and so this wants to slide, and it ain't got much room. Now it suits my needs right now. It's really worth making, y'all. And but I think when I make another one, I'm going to make this just a little bit longer, so it'll have more of a drape, you know, so it won't slide so hard. On that leather, you know, it slides anyway. But if you have like a cloth one, you know, a cloth armrest, it probably wouldn't move at all, you know. But yeah, this was really nice to make. And if you got like a friend, you know, elderly friend or whatever, and you know, that might help them keep up with some of their stuff beside their chair. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. And it's just a very easy stitch. It's like a half double crochet V-stitch. So yeah, so that I would really suggest that. That was a fun little you know, something to break up the monotony, because I like to do amigurumi, but you know, I like to do other things. I got a text message a while ago, and somebody's wanting me to make a hat. I forget. Anyway, it's for a concert, Matchbox or Pilot, something. But it's like a bunch of red and gray and dark brown and all. It's like a ski mask type thing. So, Lord have mercy. I'll try. So, but yeah, so that was my other little thing I got finished. Now, y'all want to see what I've been, well, let me do this one first. Miss Ella, you know, I told you last week, she put out a pattern for a loaf cat. Well, so I got, between my little procrastinating, I wanted to make a loaf cat. So she has a great tutorial. I'll link it down there. So I made a loaf cat. And I enjoyed making it. It was very easy to make. Didn't take that much yarn. This is embroidery floss right here. And I embroidered my eyes, you know, they all right. They're not perfect, but it's okay, like Miss Ella says. And here's my little tail. I did my tail just a little bit different. I did some half double crochets to make it a little thicker. And you know, I think I did my feet pretty good. She made a great tutorial, y'all. So this is made with basic bright chenille Premier. And like I said, I still got yarn left. You know, I can make something else with it. So yeah. I enjoyed making that, Miss Ella. I made it with a 7mm hook. And the decreases, when I got the decreasing, I had to go tinier hook just to get in there. But the yarn is forgiving, you know. But I used my stitch marker and all that, so that helped. So yeah, there's my loaf cat. I would recommend go watching her if you got, and you don't even have to use this yarn. You can use worsted weight, you know, to make a little loaf cat, and it'll just be smaller. So you got a cat lover in your life. Yeah. So I enjoyed making that, Ella. That was a really sweet pattern to do, and to share with everybody. And I hope Miss Junebug's doing better from her little fall the other day. I hated that for her, but it happens, you know. I fell off my daddy's truck when I was little. He was a brick mason, and I was bad about playing in the sand on his truck, and I got a scar on my face from that. Well, the next thing, you know, this was stuck in a bag for several months. I think it was stuck in the bag for about 3 months. I think I started it in May. But y'all remember, I wanted to make a dragon. And so, I finally finished the dragon this week, y'all. This is made with Unicorns and Dragons 3. Pattern was easy to follow, very easy. I recommend this book, you know, if you're an amigurumi maker. It might have some advanced stuff in it, but you know, for the most part, I think it's pretty easy. I don't know what I would want to do next out of this book, but you know, that's the great thing about having books. They're always there that's cute, to get inspired from. But yeah, I made the dragon, and you know, all is glory. Oh, Peanut. Peanut wants back in the house. You got to wait a minute. Here is my dragon. Yeah. All the sewing about kicked my tail. It really did. I'm a little distracted now because she wants back in the house. Hang on a second. All right, I'm back. Charlie let her back in the house. She was out here for a little bit, so she's pretty good about letting you know what she wants. So here's my dragon, y'all. And the sewing part really made me procrastinate, but it really wasn't that bad once I got going, you know. But yeah, this is made by Red Heart Lavender, and all I had left was enough to make this little pouch. So it took a whole skein of yarn of the regular Super Saver Red Heart. This is Big Twist Slime, and this is some Big Twist. I think it's not, I got it in this bag. It's that Christmas color in my blanket. I forget the colorway. I think it's forest green. It might be. I'm not sure. Anyway, but yeah, the only thing I didn't do because I was tired by the time I got done, I keep seeing this hair. Yeah. Is toenails. It has toenails, and I didn't do toenails. I just wasn't fooling with toenails. But yeah, so I got the spikes on it. The spikes was easy. I thought the wings would really be rough, you know, but they're not. They were easy to do. And I hot glued a little bit, you know, because I didn't want it to flop around, you know. I kind of wanted to be stable. So sewed everything on, and I put me a little glue like right into the creases right here to keep it kind of stuck between the feet, a little bit back here, you know. And what else did I do? Oh, and right up here, these nostrils, they wanted to flop, so I just took me a little bit of hot glue back there just to hold them in place. And I put me some white around the eyes. The pattern didn't call for that, but so yeah. So what y'all think? You know, it's pretty big amigurumi. I mean, really. So you know, it may be a while before I make another dragon. So yeah, I was tickled with it, you know. I really was. I was really tickled with finishing this, accomplishing this week, you know. So getting a whip out of the way. I forgot I was going to make my little cat tumble off on the ground. All right, now my next thing I finished. Y'all heard me talk about my morning cat. Well, I procrastinated a little bit on that too because I got intimidated, you know. And this is a paid for pattern on Etsy. I'll link it. It was on sale last night. I think I paid $6.50 for it. But this is the morning cat, and it's made by a designed by a Ukrainian lady. Her name was Maria Zakharova. I think that's how I pronounce it. I don't know. But I made this for my husband. He's going to put it in his travel trailer, I think. I showed that pattern. I was sitting in our chairs at night, and I said, look at this. He said, I want that. I think he forgot about it. But I've been working on it. So I finished it. And but here's my morning cat, y'all. This pattern was really easy to do. You would think I would. I let it intimidate me, you know, but it really wasn't hard to do. It really wasn't. So I thought the fingers, and I know that might not be pleasant to some folks, but he's a welder, he's a boiler maker, and he's around a bunch of boiler makers, and that don't offend them. So I thought it'd be kind of cute, and every time he can look at it, he can think of me, because in the mornings I'm not really a morning person. I'm a caffeinate and procrastinate type person. So he can think of that, look at that and think of me. I made the eyes the same she did. They kicked my butt, but I didn't make them. She wanted you to drop a stitch and pick up a stitch, and I just couldn't wrap my brain around it. I said, forget it. I just followed the directions of her pattern and just made my own eyes. But I didn't drop a stitch or pick up a stitch. So yeah, made the bun. I think it's cute. So yeah, it was a little fun. It was a fun make. It really was. And I used the hot glue, y'all. I put me some hot glue, you know, on the bottom of the feet down here to keep the feet on the feet, slippers on the feet, and a little bit underneath here to keep the slipper on top. I did right here a little bit to keep this finger from moving around. And the coffee cup, I wanted to keep it to where it wouldn't shift, you know. And then I put me a little glue up underneath the mask, you know. And of course I did a little bit on the tail. So, but yeah, that's my morning cat. I really would suggest, you know, if you you know, like it, to make it. Miss Gail sent me a picture and I loved hers. So she sent me a picture of her morning cat. So I wished I was technical enough to show y'all my pictures when I get them, but I'm just not technical. Okay, I'm really not, and I don't edit. I just learned how to pause and start this year. So, but those are my finished projects, you know, my finished pretties this week. And I don't know what to do next. I'm still working on my Christmas blanket. I had to pull off a whole row and a half a while ago because I found a mistake and I just wasn't going to let it go. So that's a little defeating when you have to do that, but I'm just going to get back in there and get going again. But I'm not sure what I want to do next, y'all. There's so many things I could do, right? Well, I guess I will hop off here, and I appreciate y'all coming by and visiting with me today. And I hope y'all have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.